Hello YouTube, welcome back to a bit of another video here. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. Over the last couple days, I'd say about 6 days ago, is when I uploaded my video, Your Favorite Video Games Will Disappear. When I made that video, I didn't think too much of it, I'll be honest. But as things kept going on, then it was the World Wide Web will cease to exist. In that video, I went over about the fact that, Europe, in the UK, they're going through this new thing where you have to provide identification, Face ID, and AI will scan your face and see if you're over the age of 18 to see if you should be on the websites that you should be on. Now, when I tell you, at first I was like, damn, that's not good. That's really bad. We cannot have that. That's an invasion of privacy. It gets worse. Now, in the US, I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure about everywhere else, but I'm pretty sure on YouTube specifically, YouTube is going 18 plus, and it is bad. And what I mean, how is it going to know if you're 18? You can just lie about your age like you do with everything else. Well, that's not going to be the case here. YouTube is implementing a new system which is going to be like AI, and AI is going to go through your account and it's going to check for very certain things to see if you're over the age of 18. One, face scan. It's going to look at your face. Now, I am extremely worried because I have been having this really bad feeling of dread. I feel like this channel might just be over with. I feel like it's gonna, shit. I feel like this video is like, I hope it gains a little bit of traction because this deserves to have some, be pushed out, this word. So I feel like, one, they're going to look at my videos and they're going to look at my face and they're going to go, this guy's not 18, he's like maybe a younger teenager. Two, now, if the account gets banned, you can appeal. But the thing with the appeal is you have to give up your ID. You have to give up a bunch of your private information and it will now be on the internet. And overall, the internet wants you to put your private information onto it for censorship. Now, you might be like, well, you know what? This whole thing is to protect the kids. It is, honestly, the kids are not even a thing. It is to keep major corporations and really any business to have the main point and have no backlash. What I mean by that is it means the internet gives all the people a place to connect, and when they connect, they can talk and they can build groups and they can build opinions. You know what happens with opinions? Opinions can destroy businesses easily. So, how can these businesses thrive in this world? Well, you know what they do? They just get rid of the opinion. And, you might see how they've done this. If you look at YouTube and you look at the like and dislike section, you cannot see how many dislikes something has anymore. They kind of just removed dislikes because it was negative and it was, giving an opposing opinion to what the people would want, which is, in the business, mind, pretty bad. But this is where things get worse. So now, say everyone goes, okay, whatever. Everyone who's over 18 will ignore everyone else. You put in your private information. And now, hold on, sorry, I went too far. Now, say you don't put in your private information, you get banned. This is how they're going to ban you. They're going to look at your face. If you don't have videos, they're going to look at your search history. Say you are a 30-year-old man and you love Pokemon and your whole life is Pokemon based. You see all this Pokemon stuff in your search history, banned. You're probably a kid because Pokemon is in that kid-child category. Now, you put in, everyone who's over the age of 18 puts in their private information on these websites because it seems like this is going to happen everywhere on the internet. So I'm just going to say, everyone on the internet, you put in your private information. How many times have you seen things where it is like, oh, all the passwords on Twitch got leaked, all this got leaked, all this got leaked, all this is out in the world now? I will tell you, as someone who's had their password leaked and had, their accounts taken and, lost, it is not a fun process. But at the end of the day, it's just a password with that. It was just a password. Now, if it's my life, where I live, my bank information, all that is something I do not want on the internet, but I'm going to have it on the internet if I want to keep doing this path. It's going to be real ID, real identification to use the internet. Now, here's where things get kind of scary. Your private information on the internet, you're now 100% accessible. People can find you, people can hunt you down, people can do whatever they want now. Your internet, your private information is in the internet files. You are now in a big computer, in a big database that can be accessed by pretty much anyone. Not anyone as in anyone, I can't Google it, but people who know what they're doing, there are people out there who have access to that, and that is not good. Now, I also want to look at VTubers. I feel like they're going to have the most harm out of this. There are a lot of VTubers out there who no one knows their name. I don't know, many VTubers are not going around showing their name, showing everything, And here's the thing that's going to happen. The VTubers are going to have to put their thing in because it's going to be like, oh, that's an anime thing. You're probably a kid. We don't know. We can't, verify your face. We're going to do this. Ban. They're under the age of 18. They now have to provide their real human information, which is now on the internet. How many VTubers do you think will be seen? And it's like your favorite cute, hot anime girl, waifu VTuber who you watch play Path of Exiles for 12 hours a day turns out to be a fat dude with a beard. They're going to lose their whole business simply because, Princess Kitty, the VTuber, is actually, Kyle from Minnesota. Like, that's so bad. And, like, the fact that it's just so everything is gonna be on the internet, and the internet, if it keeps going like this, isn't something that's gonna happen in 20 years. This isn't gonna be something that happens in 10 years. It could be in a couple years, as in like 5 years. It could be in, anything. And here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. I saw this somewhere. I'm, being careful when I say this, but tell me why YouTube and Spotify and other things can ask for full ID, but voter ID is racist. That is fucked. And I'm not gonna fully dive into the politics, but when I start streaming again, I'm more than happy to talk about it with people. Now, this is where things are going to get kind of scary. And I don't want to watch the internet and everything I love about it fall out because people are claiming it's better for censorship. Just because you are silencing other people, silencing creators, silencing literally anyone, it just doesn't give these businesses the right to do this. And it's so unbelievably fucked. And I hope that your favorite businesses, don't start doing this. The internet, it's the fact that, the internet was supposed to be a place where you could really do anything. It was its own free world. And now, your whole private life, your life outside of the internet, when you look at it, the internet is two different things. The internet is its own world, the World Wide Web, WWW. And the fact that, that we're really merging the real world and the internet together, which we have for jobs, for school, for literally everything. Everyone you know is on the internet now. If you're not using the internet, you're behind. But you know what? Some people have the ability to use the internet and not put their actual lives on here. I've said my name a couple times, but I've never said my last name. No one knows really where I'm at. But the fact is, if I have to put in all of my shit, that's a little, like, weird. People can find it a little too easily. And it's just going to go down a horrible path. Over time, I just want to say at the end of the video now, I hope over time my videos are going to get better. I know sometimes I kind of ramble and I should probably stick to more of a script thing, but the way I just get really heated and I feel like, all that. But I have an announcement video coming soon for something special. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Have a good rest of your day. Stay safe on the internet. And you know what? We got to fight back as much as we possibly can. And that's going to be something. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Let's free this goddamn world.